Airpods Pro for 250 bucks? No way! Welcome to Crazy Uncle Riley's Apple Emporium, where I got prices on Apple products so low, I'd have to be crazy to sell them. AirPods 2? Them newfangled AirPods 3? All genuine, 100% real. Guys, just kidding, it's me, regular Riley. These are all fake, super fake. But are they real enough that they could trick someone into thinking they're real? Real? Like our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Glasswire. Instantly see who or what your PC is talking to on Glasswire's network monitoring graph. Plus, see what your PC may have connected to in the past. Use code Linus and get 25% off Glasswire at the link below. After covering knockoff AirPods Max, we received a package with a letter attached. Dear LTT, those old and outdated replicas you've tested are like buying a Dell pre-built when you want a gaming PC. They sent us 2 clones that they claim are as good as the real things. AirPods Pro at $55 and AirPods 2 at $35. And something they didn't even mention in the letter, AirPods 3 clones at $42. To see if these can pass as genuine, we took these boxes to our resident Apple expert, Jonathan Horst.
Without opening the box, do these look legit to you?
You know what? I have to say no, because I reviewed these and I remembered how fake the real box looked. Oh yeah, this is totally real. Yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
What's the giveaway?
Probably the CSA logo, because that's Canadian and we're in Canada and they have to put that on there.
There is a difference in the print quality.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like, this is like inkjet, this is like laser. So I'm opening these up. You can tell the difference already, but just with the way the light, the indicator light is inset on the device. Well, I guess it really depends on whether or not you've seen a real pair. If you've seen a real pair, yeah, you'd be able to tell immediately, particularly with the way the mesh is. If it was just based off product shots, then yeah, you might be like, oh yeah, that looks pretty convincing. But that's the thing with these knockoffs, is you start questioning yourself and you start questioning reality. Yeah, if you wanted to just look like you're wearing AirPods out on the street, no one would be the wiser.
But how do they sound? To test, we got a few people from around the office and ran an experiment.
My name is Ethan.
I'm Lloyd.
Chase.
I'm Sarah.
I write for Channel Super Fun.
I've been working on like a lot of like really cool t-shirts.
I'm supposed to be an event coordinator.
I am a graphic designer. Go to LTT's store if you're interested in seeing some of the projects that I get to work on.
Our subjects will now listen to each pair of headphones while blindfolded and will choose which pair of AirPods they think sounded better. They'll also tell us how confident they are in their decision, with a value from 1 to 5, with 1 being a wild guess and 5 being complete certainty.
Ooh, yeah. My instant reaction is just, I can't hear the outside world more, and I do like that for if I'm trying to enjoy music. Oh, it feels like my ears are plugged.
It's like just richer and fuller.
Definitely the noise canceling is something you notice as soon as you put them in, which is cool.
I don't know about these. With my pros that I have, usually when I hear the white noise and put them back in, it goes away. But for some reason, I can still like partially hear the white noise.
If I can't tell the difference between any of these, then I spent way too much money on my headphones. I could have just bought the old ones.
Here's your right, here's your left.
It's kind of quieter, but I don't know if it's just actually quieter.
I would say the bass is definitely much more over prominent.
I couldn't really tell a difference at the moment, other than they were just a little bit quieter. I can definitely tell you that these ones, I don't know if I would say they don't go in your ears easily.
These sound terrible.
Really?
They have like almost a static coming from them.
I'll pick the first one.
Based solely on the sound, I like the first pair. I thought it sounded just like a touch better.
The first one, and I'm 5. I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm 5.
Okay.
I'm 5.
I would say like a 1 on that one.
2.
I am, 1 out of 5 confidence. Not very confident, but there's something there.
Wow, unsurprisingly, everyone chose the real AirPods as the better pair, but none of our subjects were confident in their answers, with 2 of them saying it was a coin toss. The sole outlier was Sarah, who was very certain the real ones were better, but her confidence rating may have been skewed by some errors encountered during testing.
Apparently it's disconnected.
Uh-oh. Do you need them back? You don't usually have to do this with Apple AirPods.
They sound the same. I don't know if I'm crazy, they sound maybe a bit less bassy, but no, they're the same. I couldn't tell you.
They're very light. I would say they're comfortable. I definitely can hear a lot of sound from outside.
There's a little bit less bass on them at the moment. I would say that I don't really notice much of a difference at this time.
This is the right earbud, this is the left earbud.
All right.
Put them in.
I don't know if it's just the problem with my ears, but so far the fit is like better on the right ear. I would enjoy this. There's a lot of bass.
The sound from this is much fuller,
Yeah.
I think. I feel like this one is not as well made as the first one.
So far, the only difference I really noticed was just like a ton of bass. I don't mind a ton of bass, but I don't usually have it cranked. So for me, when there's a lot more bass on new headphones, it's a little jarring sometimes.
They sound good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like I'm at a concert, but I can't see anything.
It's actually better than my AirPods, I feel like. My AirPod Pros.
I would say I'm very certain that I like the second one better.
The confidence levels are terrible. I'd say 2 out of 5 in confidence.
I'd be like a 2 maybe.
5 out of 5.
I'd say my confidence is like a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow, a clear winner. The $35 knockoffs actually beat the real things. That's pretty crazy. To my ears, they have a bit more oomph to the bass that the real AirPods lack, but it comes at the cost of precision, with kick drums sounding more full, but less punchy. Other than that, the tuning is virtually identical to the real thing. Now we have one more device to test, but in the seller's defense, they didn't intend for these to be sent along with the others, and well, the results speak for themselves.
They sound pretty average. Do you want to turn it up like all the way? Okay, it's way too loud.
These ones don't fit as nicely in my ears.
I'm running out of things to say. These are just the normal headphones. I still enjoy them and still don't care. Oh God.
Swap them out.
All right.
I would say I notice a difference on these even right away. Part of it is probably the way that it doesn't fit in the ear quite as well as the other ones, and it sounded a little bit off or different than the other 4 pairs.
Okay.
I don't know if you're pausing it, but it keeps connecting in and out, in and out, in and out.
I heard a little static, like beeping, like I don't know how to describe it, but it sounds like these got like sat on.
Personally, I like the first one better. I would say 5.
3.5.
I'd be like, that's like a 4 out of 5 for sure.
100%, I would pick the other ones. That I like them better because they don't have a weird static sound. Also, the left ear played music in the other ones. I am 5 out of 5 confident that I like the other headphones better.
Cool.
These suck.
Big oof! The FakePods 3 did terribly. Every single test subject agreed with relatively high confidence that the replicas were much worse. They had some electrical noise, we couldn't get them to connect to our iPhones, only to Android devices. Also, we couldn't get our case to charge via cable or MagSafe, so these are already dead. Thanks for producing actual junk, Jenny. I hope no one actually wastes 42 bucks on these things. And don't waste money buying a new controller just because the joysticks are drifting. We're gonna be fixing a bunch of broken controllers for an upcoming video, so get subscribed so you don't miss it. Now those first 2 pairs, those are nothing to sneeze at. If imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, then Apple should be very, very flattered. They sound good, they look good, but do they work good? First, let's look at the feature parity. Magic pairing worked for all the clones. Battery life was acceptable, but worse than the real things. Recharge time was fine. Wireless charging worked on all of the cases, except for the AirPods 3, which wouldn't charge at all. But battery reporting was wonky with the replicas. They would like just die suddenly while reporting 18% battery life. The case battery life on the Fake Pros seemed good, but on the Fake 2s, the case seemed to constantly be draining, and we weren't sure why. Maybe a reporting error due to the knockoff chipset? The active noise canceling on the FakePods Pro when listening to music was pretty good, but without music, there was a slight hiss and a not so slight bass rumbling that was literally headache-inducing. As for the Find My network, while all the devices can be located using GPS, you can't make the headphones chirp or use any of the other Find My features. Spatial audio and MagSafe? Nope. Touch controls on the FakePods 2? Terrible. They basically don't work. The FakePods Pro? You need to squeeze the stem so firmly you will almost certainly pull them out of your ear. Plus, all the fakes tended to suddenly stop connecting to iPhones and require a soft reset. And here's the real fun part. If you want to update the firmware on either of these, you need to have an Android device, download an app from the Play Store, use that to sideload an APK, download the firmware, open it in the app, and then slowly update over Bluetooth. That's if these companies even bother to release updated firmware for these chips. It's not fun! But on the plus side, the app has an EQ and lets you turn on ANC on the ANC-less FakePods 2 so you can make this happen. Oh, it's beautiful. Even though these products may have competitive audio quality and crazy low price tags, FakePods 2 are a full Benjamin cheaper and the FakePods Pro save you nearly twice that, we still aren't going to recommend them or even tell you where to get them. I mean, you can probably figure it out using the info in this video and novice Googling skills, but we don't feel comfortable supporting the reptronics industry with its consumer hostility and regulation dodging. If large companies like Apple and Samsung struggle to suss out human rights violations in their supply chains, well, imagine what these nameless, faceless companies could be doing. And look at the FakePods 3. You could just end up with garbage. Literal garbage. Instead, we'd recommend spending that cash on some high quality, budget, true wireless headphones that we will have listed for you down below. But people don't want that. They want Airpods. The question is, why do people want Airpods so bad that entire communities have emerged specifically to procure knockoffs? Well, even though audiophiles may not care what their headphones look like, tech is fashion now. And like luxury clothing brands, Apple has gone to great lengths to make their products feel like an exclusive club. Green bubbles versus blue bubbles, lock-in features like AirDrop and FaceTime, the entire Apple ecosystem serves as a purposeful class divide. If you aren't wealthy enough to pay the entry price to join that club, well, you're stuck with the Android plebs and their weak-ass open standards and basic text messaging. But a pair of knockoffs could be the fake ID that tricks others into thinking you are part of those chosen elite. So don't be tricked and don't buy these. But do check out our sponsor. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Is making a website a monumentally hard task in your mind? Well, it doesn't have to be. Use Squarespace and you'll get a website up and running in a matter of hours, maybe even faster than that. They have award-winning templates that will help make your website stand out instead of it looking like it's from the 90s. If you're interested in how your website is doing, they have built-in tools to help you find out what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Our own Linus Media Group website was built quickly using Squarespace. So head to squarespace.com/LTT and you can get 10% off today. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, go check out our video we did on the fake AirPods Max headphones. What a saga this has been.